Hello, beautiful. Natasha here with a review of And Just Like That, Season 2, Episode 5, Trick or Treat. Now, I liked this episode. The show is getting better every episode. This episode, it's supposed to be Halloween, so it starts off with Shay and Miranda are in bed together. And Miranda, of course, she has to be up early in the morning, so she wakes Shay up. Shay's all pissed that Miranda's waking her up, and they're not on the same sleep schedule. So Miranda has to go home to feed Brady and make sure he gets up. And she's got to go back to school, too. She's in college. So she goes over there and she's like, "Oh, hey, Brady, look, pumpkin. I got us a pumpkin." And I don't know, something, but she wanted to cut a pumpkin with him. And Brady, he was like, "No, I don't want to cut a pumpkin with you." It was funny. Brady was being very snarky because she was like, "Well, we can't be the only house on the block that doesn't have decorations." And Brady's like, "Well, isn't our house scary enough?" It's kind of scary. And whatever body snatcher stole our Miranda is scary. So anyway, she gets Brady off to school. And next scene, it's she and Carrie are going to this Halloween party. And everybody is just dressed. So you see all kind of cool costumes. It's for LTW and Charlotte and Harry's kids, so it's a fundraiser. And LTW is there dressed like the Bride of Frankenstein. She is serving body yaddy, and she and Anthony are dancing. It is so cute. I mean, they are getting their groove on to some TLC. I just loved that part. Oh, and then Carrie, she had this cool outfit on, but it was like, it could have just been a Carrie outfit. Because Miranda's like, "Why aren't you dressed?" And Carrie's like, "I am. I'm dressed like Helen Gurley Brown." That was in the 70s, Helen Gurley Brown. She completely changed Cosmopolitan magazine. And I don't know if y'all remember Cosmopolitan magazine, but I used to read my mom's back in the 70s and the 80s. And everything I needed to know about life, I learned from Cosmopolitan magazine. So Naya is there, and Naya is looking gorgeous. Naya is showing all body. She came as Eartha Kitt, and Seema's there. I don't know who Seema was supposed to be, but she just looked like Seema to me. But anyway, she's always looking good. So LTW's husband, Herbert, comes, and LTW's like, "Where's your costume? You're supposed to be in your George Washington costume." And I don't know what is going on with Hubert, but Hubert was like, "Oh, I don't want page 6 to see me in a costume. And you were dancing with the devil." Like, she's like, "I'm dancing with Anthony. It's not a big deal." So I don't know what Hubert was on, thinking that somebody would care about him being at a Halloween party, all the stuff that these politicians do, and they care about his wife dancing with Anthony in a Halloween costume. But anyway, Herbert was just getting on everybody's nerves. Oh, and then it was so cute. They were dancing to all the jams. They were dancing to Super Freak. It was such a good scene. Like, that was like reminding me of the original Sex and the City, all the parties that they used to go to. Oh, and then one thing about Hubert, oops, and I almost cannot forget Charlotte and Harry. Charlotte looks so good. Like, she had her hair to the side, and it looked to me at first like Charlotte wasn't wearing a costume. But anyway, Charlotte said that she was being the Americans off the TV show FX. So she was Teresa Russell, I think. I don't know. But she did look good, but because it's so funny, because we're so used to seeing Charlotte in so much, and then when she just had a regular outfit on, it was like her Halloween costume. But Harry came out. Harry had the wig on. Oh my goodness. Harry had a wig on and a members only jacket. So that was so cute because nobody knew who they were. And anyway, that Halloween party was just fun. So the next scene is Hubert and LTW. And Hubert has the nerve to be in the bedroom trying to get sexy with his George Washington costume on. Yes, he came out the closet in his George Washington costume. And I don't know if you guys have seen Hamilton, but the actor that plays Hubert, he played George Washington in Hamilton, and that was the actual costume he wore in Hamilton. So Hubert was really feeling it. And anyway, LTW let him know in bed. She's like, look, you ain't gonna be trying to embarrass me no more, telling me what to do. And he was like, oh, okay, I ain't gonna do that no more. So, oh yeah, at the party, you know, Seema and, well, Naya was talking to Seema and Carrie and Miranda. She was like, dang, there ain't nobody at this party. She couldn't meet anybody. And Seema was like, yeah, you know, it's just dads and married people. There's nobody really here at this party. So Naya was feeling all bad. And then anyway, apparently Naya, she's only had one boyfriend and her husband. That was it. So Seema was like, girl, I'm going to take you to a hotel bar. We're going to get our fun on. And Carrie was like, yes, I haven't been to a hotel bar to pick up a man in a long time, but let's go. And then Miranda, you're going to get a hotel bar? You're going to get a hotel bar? We know who you are, Miranda. You used to go to bars all the time. But anyway. So next scene is at the bar. So it was Seema, Carrie, and Naya at this bar. And oh, they look so good. Ugh. Whew. Dorothy Molly in the clothes department. Woo, they looked gorgeous. And this bar was all that. So anyway, Seema, like some dude kind of bumps into Seema. And at first this dude looked like Mr. Big. I was like, did they bring back Mr. Big? I thought that Carrie was going to have like a heart attack because this dude looked like Mr. Big. But anyway, no, he was selling some kind of gin. Then he and Seema get their flirt on. And then Naya sees some fine Morris Chestnut looking man. Ugh, he was so fine. So those two, so Naya and Seema, they hooked up real quick. Carrie, she didn't meet nobody. So then the next scene, Seema is in her house in the bedroom with Mr. Big. So they're doing their little makeouts. And Mr. Big, he's a very handsome man. His name is Ed. I think his name was Ed, yes. So anyway, so they're getting their groove on. And Ed's like, hey, do you mind if, do you mind? Sometimes I have a little bit of ED and it doesn't always work. So do you mind if I go get something? And Seema's like, okay, I think everything's going to be okay, but you do you, baby. This man comes out with a suitcase like he's going to move in, and is using this pump. Okay, now I don't think this is a pump he got from the doctor. I feel like this was an old bicycle pump or some kind of pump he got out the back of Craigslist or one of them dirty magazines, because he was pumping and it was making a lot of noise. Yeah, so next scene, Carrie's wearing, I don't know what Carrie was wearing, because we know Carrie sometimes can wear a lot of stuff, but come on, Sarah Jessica Parker, you have a beautiful body. You don't need to wear 37 coats. So Carrie is walking, and Seema calls her and tells her about the guy with the pump. Now Carrie is so shocked, she just stopped. She's like, ah. Anyway, some hot guy in a bike like almost runs into Carrie, but he stops. He's trying to tell her to get out the way, and he falls down, hurts himself. And of course, he was cute, right? And then the next scene was Rock came home and told Harry and Charlotte that they was at the park and met some guy who was a photographer. And you know, Harry, he was so funny. He was like, well, that sounds nasty. You ain't going with no dude you met at the park, at the skate park that hangs out at the skate park with kids. No. So Charlotte looks at it. She's like, oh, it's Ralph Lauren. I used to model for Ralph Lauren when I was in high school. So, of course, Harry doesn't believe it, this or that. And Harry was just so funny. But anyway, Charlotte's like, well, let's check it out because maybe, you know, if it all works out, it could be Ralph Lauren. So next scene, Carrie helps this man, this cute man. She takes him to the... So Carrie is taking this man to the urgent care. And anyway, you know, she's fishing around, finds out this cute man is single. So she decides, since he's cute, that she's going to wait for him at the urgent care, which I would wait for him at the urgent care too. And anyway, he goes back there. He comes back out. He's like, oh, you waited for me? She's like, yes. This man was trying to pay his urgent care bill and his credit cards weren't going through. And then Carrie was looking all off to the side like, ooh. Now, Carrie, why were you there if you weren't going to pay that man's bill? Carrie, you got the money. She should have paid the man's bill. But anyway, next scene was so funny is it was so cute too because Rock comes home and they say, oh, I met a modeling agent at the skate park. And Harry's like, what? That doesn't sound right. It was so funny. Harry was just on one. And then Charlotte's like, oh, she looks at the card because she was agreeing with Harry too. Like, no, you're not going modeling with no dude you met at the skate park. But anyway, it turns out it was the card said Ralph Lauren. And Charlotte's like, Ralph Lauren? I used to model for Ralph Lauren when I was in high school. And, you know, Harry's like, no, you're not going. You're not going to that. But anyway, next scene is that Naya, she's walking home. You know, she did her little walk of shame, but she was happy. So then she goes to the school and she's talking to Miranda and she's telling Miranda how great her night went. And then Miranda was telling her, oh, I'm so jealous of sleep because I don't get any sleep because Shay's a night person and I'm a day person. I don't understand how they didn't figure this out in Los Angeles. But anyway. So Miranda is complaining. And Naya says, guess what? You can come stay with me in my husband's old music studio. You can come and stay there until you find your own, you know, until Steve moves out. So I thought that was great because we'll get to see more of them. And Miranda said, yeah, we're going to be the angry Laverne and Shirley. So I just think that is just too cute. And Carrie, next scene, she goes to George's house. So George is the man that she ran over. So she's at his house, and his house is bomb. His house looks like a museum. This man got coins. So anyway, Carrie was like, oh, you know, Carrie thought she was helping him out. She was bringing him soups because she thought this was going to be his last little meal and that he was hungry. So she goes, finds out he's rich. So she's real happy about that. So she's there. She's like, oh, I'm going to help you type and all that. And of course, because we know how Carrie is, if there's a man around, Carrie going to get her a man. Anyway, those two end up making out. And who pops in? His business partner. Okay. And his business partner was like, I got your laundry here. They called, said you left it at the dry cleaners for a month. It was just like, okay, this man just pops in his house like this. So Carrie left. Carrie's like, oh, okay, you know, I'll talk to you later. Next scene is Miranda and Shay. So we get more Shay. So for whatever, Miranda's eating something super spicy and she's just having problems. She's like, oh, just acting just completely like Mr. Bean or somebody. It's like, come on, Miranda. If that's too spicy, you didn't have to get nothing that spicy. If you just needed to wake up, you could have got you some Thai iced tea. But anyway, so she tells Shay that she's going to be moving in with Naya. And Shay's like, oh, okay, cool. Of course, because we know Shay just wants to get rid of Miranda. And then the next scene is Rock and Charlotte going to the Ralph Lauren shoot. Now, it was nice. It was a nice shoot. It was everything. They had the cameras, everything. Charlotte wore her vintage Ralph Lauren. Rock looked so cute. But I was like, where is Lily in this episode? Because I like Lily and Rock's little bond. I would want to see how happy Lily is. I don't know. Maybe Lily is over depressed playing the piano with Mama Wexley somewhere. I don't know where Lily was. But anyway, Harry Cubs sneaks into the shoot with his wig on. And he was like hiding behind the bushes and he was trying to act all cool. It was just so funny. And Charlotte is like, you better get out of here before Rock sees you. And you are just bad because I am the fun parent and you are not. So anyway, Harry just eased on along and just eased out the chute with his little wig on. But that was so funny. I mean, just the Harry scene alone was worth watching this show for because it was so funny, just that. Next scene is Miranda and Carrie at a thrift store. And Miranda is at a thrift store looking for a mattress. Why is Miranda buying a used mattress at a thrift store? Okay, Miranda has money to get herself a little futon. What happened to Shay's husband? Shay's husband can't go over there and make you a futon or something? Yeah, so that made no sense. And the next scene, so we get Shay. And Shay is at the focus group because Shay has a focus group going on for her pilot. And that's how they judge the studios. You know, they judge the pilots. They get a bunch of people to talk about the show and say what they liked. And of course, everybody liked Tony Danza. And, and Shay was like, oh, look, they agree with me. They was thinking, oh, look, these people agree with me. Da-da-da. There was one non-binary person at the focus group. And that non-binary person just tore Shay a new one. She said Shay was a mess. She wasn't relatable. She didn't like it. All the things that we say about Shay, that's what this non-binary focus group person was saying about Shay. So Shay was real hurt on that one because I was like, when your old people say something about you, because Shay thought she had the non-binary person, she thought she had them in the bag. Then everybody went on and said the things they didn't like about the pilot. So she and Miranda are back home and Shay is just smoking up some weed. Shay just smokes too much weed. It's just like all the time. That's the other thing too, Miranda. I can't believe you talking to the person that was trying to give your son weed at a funeral. So Shay is just pissed and being Shay's normal self. And she's got Miranda there just cheering for her. Miranda's like, we can do this. Don't worry about the pilot. We can do this. Da-da-da-da. And Shay's like, no, it's not going to happen and this and that, which I can understand when you get hurt. But it's like, You know, you got Miranda cheering for you. Be happy that you have somebody that loves you that much that's cheering for you. Because a lot of people, they don't have that. So anyway, basically, Shay just throws Miranda out. She's like, I need to be by myself. I need space. I would have gave Shay all the space in the world, okay? Shay. I think, like, from listening to the writer's room, I think Michael Patrick King, I think he's writing Shay after himself because, you know, they're supposed to, I guess, try to make us like Shay, but Shay has not done anything likable. Now, Seema decided she was going to take Ed back. So they're back in the bedroom, you know, doing their little thing. And so whatever, Ed didn't finish what he was supposed to do. So Seema brought out her little, very, very cute, golden, looked very expensive little toy that she had for herself. And Ed got mad. He was like, that's not cool. That's not cool. The man who brought a big old suitcase with a giant pump that he got from the back of Hustler magazine or something. Yes. So they got into it over that. And anyway, and then he left. So I don't even understand that. So good riddance to Ed. Now, Carrie's back over there at the cute man who she ran over's house. And, you know, they're trying to have themselves a little date and everything. And this was so funny because here calls the business partner while Carrie and her man were on the bed, FaceTiming. And anyway, this man, he don't get anything accomplished. His business he didn't send out the business plan or whatever it was that he was supposed to send out. This man did not send it out. So, you know, he goes off and he's going upstairs looking for it. And this man is talking to Carrie on the FaceTime. And Carrie's like sliding down the bed, trying to hide from the man on the phone. It was so funny. Anyway, Carrie left this man, which I would have left this man because this man is way too irresponsible. All in all, it was a good show. The episodes are getting much better. The Halloween scene with them dancing, that was just, that was everything. And the scenes with Charlotte and Rock and Harry, that was just everything. So definitely give this show a watch. I mean, it was feeling good. Just get you some popcorn, some champagne, or a little whatever you like to drink, and just relax and watch it. And thank you so much for coming and watching my review. And remember, life is too short to be watching the show just to hate on it. Bye-bye.